When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
It's Cafe Mocha with Lonnie Love, Yo-Yo, and Angelique on the line. Oh, I'm so excited to talk to our next person. Amy DuBois Barnett is an award-winning author and media executive whose career spans the highest level of publishing, television, and digital media. And she has a debut novel out called If I Ruled the World. Not only, Yo-Yo, is it her debut novel, but she also got a film deal with the one and only our friend Lee Daniels and Hulu. That's a big deal. Please welcome to Cafe Mocha, Amy DuBois Barnett. Hello, Amy.
Yeah, hi, ladies. I appreciate you. And yes, it is a big deal. I mean, I can't believe I'm going to work with Oscar-nominated genius Lee Daniels. You got to be kidding me.
Let's start with your background, because you have a wonderful background as an editor. You've worked with Ebony and other magazines. Introduce yourself to the people of Cafe Mocha.
Okay, will do. So, Amy DuBois Barnett. I started my career in media at Essence magazine, actually, where I was the fashion and beauty features editor. I went from there to Honey magazine as editor-in-chief, and Honey was my heart, as with many, many women. And my debut novel, If I Rule the World, is actually inspired by my experience as editor-in-chief of Honey. So we'll talk about that. But then I went on to Teen People, where I was editor-in-chief there, and I became the first Black woman to be editor-in-chief of a major, mainstream magazine. After that, I left to write my NAACP Image Award-nominated advice book for Black women. Went on to be the deputy editor-in-chief of Harper's Bazaar. And then after that, I was editor-in-chief of Ebony magazine. And then, moved out to California to kind of, transition into digital. I ran digital. I was chief content officer for the Griot. I ran digital for BET. So I've been in these media streets for some time. And now I have my debut novel that just came out in January.
I love it. What does the If I Rule the World, how does that resonate with you? Why this title?
Fun fact, my book was not always called If I Ruled the World. When I first started writing it, it was called Sugar, because that is the name of the magazine that my protagonist eventually edits in the book. I mean, not only is Nas, right, who, obviously did the most recent version of the song, not only is he one of the most iconic artists of the era in which my book is set, the late 1990s, early 2000s, but the song itself is like an iconic song. And it, and then the title, really reflects the journey that, my main character is on. And then there's a little, if you know moment. I guess Lauryn Hill is, of course, on If I Ruled the World, singing Imagine That, etc. And she was actually the first cover subject of Honey magazine, which was my first job as editor-in-chief.
We're talking to Amy DuBois Barnett. Her book is called If I Ruled the World, coming to Hulu soon. And don't forget to stop by Cafe Mocha Boutique. That's cafemochaboutique.com.